the button.
I
Going
love
live.
these notes. Whoa, a hot lady.
I mean, that's what they said in the show.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. The only podcast where we scissor our daddies.
Can I turn in my resignation? I didn't know we were doing that here.
Well, I mean, EA shirt says it all.
Love these notes.
I'm
Yes.
afraid.
Decrepit Storm says, "Heyo, how you doing, Decrepit Storm?" So yeah, this is the King of Anime podcast where we cover the weekly seasonal anime along with some old stuff, some news, and take some questions from the viewers. This week we got a lot to talk about, a lot of good, a lot of good. There's really a lot of good, honestly. It was a good week this week. So we got some good energy. But with that being said, how are you guys doing this week?
Well, last week was Thanksgiving, so I hope yours was a good Thanksgiving. I know
Way too
mine
much.
was. I cooked my very first turkey all by myself, so I'm proud to say that I did that. I've always, had other people's turkeys. I've had my mom's, but I was just like, you know what? This year I want to do my own. And that's what I did. I made my own turkey. And I'm happy with how it turned out because we still got leftovers from that bird.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm hoping that it tasted good as it looked.
It did. It tasted very good. I was afraid it was going to be drawed out, but no. It was a perfect amount of juiciness.
Yeah, my mother cooked 3 this year. 'Cause,
3?
Wow.
Yeah, so
You cooking for a Navy? What happened?
no, actually, it was a misunderstanding. She asked basically she asked for somebody to bring 1, right? Because that's the one she needed. However, everyone else showed up with 1.
Holy
So
crap.
we had 3, so we cooked 3.
Do
Ridiculous.
you have multiple ovens going on at the same time, or was it like, all right, cook this one, take it out, next one, all right, we gotta do the next one, come on, there's a train, there's a process
having
to
a-
this, people.
Have like an assembly line.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
No, I think we cooked 1 for last. The first day we cooked 1, and then the second day we cooked the other 2.
Damn.
Still though, quite a bit. I don't know what happened to it because it's now all gone. I didn't eat anything from it.
Holy crap, I was gonna say, if you got leftovers, send them on over our way.
I thought for sure we'd have a ton, but like it's literally all gone. Like one day it was there, the next, no more.
I think it was one of your cats.
Just ate 2 entire turkeys. Decrepit Storm says industrial turkey cooking. That's right. That's right. But I guess we should go ahead and get into our first topic of the evening, which of course is the news.
All right. So the biggest thing to hit the streets today, I feel, is the news about popular manga.
Take 2.
Popular manga. Don is getting a new anime. The trailer came out for it, and it looks pretty good. I forgot what studio is doing it, but they
Science
you know-
Saru.
Oh, so yes. So Science Monkey. Interesting name. But it looked good from what I saw. I actually read the first 2 volumes of it to try to get a feel for the series. It's going to be one of those series, probably like Undead Unluck, where the start of it is going to turn a lot of people off. I'm not going to lie to you. Well, you could another anime that we all watched that kind of had that same thing going for it was Chainsaw Man. It has a lot of crude humor in it. It's lighthearted. The characters though are in middle school, so some of the things in there are a little off, but it has some good things going for it. The art is spectacular,
I
and
would
I was
say it
actually
looks really good.
yeah, I was actually surprised at how good the art was from the beginning. Because usually like mangaka had to kind of work into that. I don't know what other manga they've done, but yeah, the art looks great from the jump. Uh, Story's lighthearted, good comedy in it. I only read the first 2 volumes, so I can't speak that much about it. But like I said, it's definitely going to be one of those mangas or anime that is going to catch people off guard, and you'll probably hear some bad things from the first episode. So
It almost kind of looks like, well, maybe not 100% like this, but when I think middle school and some kind of like creatures and stuff, like maybe Mob Psycho, something kind of like that in a way.
I can understand why you say that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that to me, but the animation I saw so far looked stellar.
Yeah,
Well,
no. I read the first.
Is this
couple...
like I'm sorry, I was about to say, is this
No,
like
it's
a
fine.
really famous manga?
It's pretty. It's kind of like. It's popular. It's not super duper popular, like Chainsaw Man or JJK, but it's it's talked about. I hear it all the time in my server. People read it, so which I read the first 2 chapters of this because Dan from Denataz Media was reading this, and he really enjoys it. He compared it to Chainsaw Man. I enjoyed the
Really?
first couple chapters of it. I agree with Satsuki. It's going to turn some people off. I don't think it's going to turn that many people off, though, just because I think the animation is going to be really good. Like, I think the manga has set itself up to the anime up to look like a visual feast. So I think people will look past it. Whereas with Undead Unluck, maybe not so much. I haven't heard much about that, though, to be honest. I've only really heard good things about Undead Unluck.
I saw the first episode. he really does go in and grope up that young girl, doesn't he?
Dude, that anime is crazy. Dan, once again from Dan Taz Media, compared it to anime's version of the Doom Patrol, and it's I compared it to Deadpool. That's what I compared it to, because I was like, oh, this is like freaking Deadpool. Like in one of the episodes, he marries a zombie. So
Deadpool would definitely be doing that.
Deadpool's actually in the anime too, like actually legit in the anime.
You're kidding me.
Yeah,
Like the clothes and everything.
the outfit, the Deadpool outfit, legit.
Best anime, 10 out of 10. I haven't even seen it yet.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited for Dan to Dan. Just to see how people react to it, though. I may cover this. Who knows? I saw the trailer. The trailer looked really good. I think a lot of the people that are looking for more Chainsaw Man, though, are really going to enjoy this one. Like the anime onlys. Is that it for Dan to Dan, though?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, Oshinoko season 2 is coming in 2024.
The incest memes,
the
here we
incest
come.
Anime. I can't wait. I can't wait. My favorite thing about it is that Chibi Reviews loves this series, and
Maybe a little too hard.
I think he tried to defend it too, which I think is like, I know what he's trying to say, but I just think it's really funny. I think the incest memes are hilarious. So can't wait. Oh, Dan's in the chat. I didn't even see this. Dan says the characters in Dan are in high school. One thing I can say about Dan is, unlike Undead Luck, that never goes away. It's incredibly vulgar and crass all the way through. Personally, I enjoy the trailer. I think the studio is going to do a really good job animating it. However, I really, really hate the character designs. They are such a downgrade from the manga. And then we got LAN Gamer BR. So
That's Ian. That's Ian Gamer.
Oh, Ian. Okay, so Ian. Oh, that's right. We went over this.
Yeah, we've had the same conversation.
I just thought he really liked the battle rifle. That's just me. Read the first chapter, and yeah, it's not for me. Don't like rapist aliens or rapists in general. I don't read / watch that stuff. There you go.
Not for everybody.
Not for everybody. But yeah, anybody excited for Oshino Incest Season 2?
I mean, I knew they were going to make a season 2 of this. I'm kind of mixed when it comes to the series itself. I kind of feel like it's a little bit overrated. I feel the first episode was like the peak, and then after that, we kind of we've had some good episodes, especially that one dealing with suicide and stuff. I felt like that was a really good episode. But the series is about trying to find Oshino's killer, or whatever her name was.
Oshino.
And I forget her name. My or May or what? I think it was like one syllable. Find her killer, and it just kind of turned into Best Waifu, the anime. So I'm curious to see what they do with it. But am I like super like, oh my god? I'm average about it. We'll watch it on the show.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine show. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not too excited. I already spoken about it. I don't really like the romance aspect of the show, and it's not everything to the show, but it's a big part of it. And I'm not that fond of the characters too much. It'll probably be something that I'll at least give a chance, because I didn't hate the first season. I think it's good overall. It's not one of those shows that I look forward to and I'm super excited to get back into. It has to kind of rejuvenate my interest.
Well, I guess it's time to move on to the next topic. One's new manga Versus is finally out on K Manga and stuff. And this is I've been reading this actually. I forgot how long his manga chapters are, because they're like freaking movies in terms of their length. But this one's really cool. Versus is it's set up as a fantasy world where there's 47 heroes and they're trying to conquer all these demon kings, right? Or like the big demon king. But by like the second half of the first chapter, it's revealed that basically all of them have died, and they've barely even like killed some of the demon kings. And so there's this one guy who is left, and he comes against the other demon kings, and he gets destroyed. And so he like, I don't know, he like I forget what happens, but basically he meets this one of the other heroes. And so he's like, hey, we suck, but I got an idea. I'm going to summon from another world heroes to come and help our world defeat the demons. He does that. He ends up summoning basically from another world, the entire other world, like a bunch of heroes that are in the same situation they are. And they're trying to find help, because they're losing too. And it turns out that these other heroes in this other world are like Spartans, like in Halo. And like it's crazy. It's like this mash of like fantasy and like basically like Space Marine stuff. And it's really good. I really enjoy it. Once again, dang, the paneling is just so detailed on it. But I love it. I absolutely love it because it's literally just it's just this really cool like mismatch of a bunch of different genres, and the odds are just so stacked against the heroes. Like it's so insane, and like it keeps evolving throughout the first 3 chapters. Where like you're like, what? Okay, so I didn't expect that, and it really throws a lot of the fantasy genre onto its head, which I really enjoy. I think it's going to be pretty well received. Probably going to get an anime.
Yeah. I remember. I think it came out maybe like a year ago or so. I just remember I was reading One Punch Man, and obviously since it's one, people brought that to my attention. Actually, may have been earlier than a year, but yeah, people brought it to my attention and wanted me to read it because the first chapter had came out, and I still have not read it, but I may give it a chance. Probably not though, because I am backlogged with so much manga.
I feel you. What about you, Ian?
Yeah.
Is this something you want to check out?
I mean, if it's done by one, yeah, I would definitely check it out. I've liked all of his stuff so far. Love One Punch Man. Love Mob Psycho. I don't know what else he's done other than this, but Versus sounds like it would be fun.
Yeah. Well, our let's see. Let's check chat here. Make sure I'm not neglecting them. Dan says, actually, I think you guys are probably really going to like this season of Oshinoko because they're actually adapting one of the best arcs from the manga. The theater arc is absolutely amazing. Well, that's good for us.
It's the love arc. Oh no!
Is it?
He finally
the incest arc?
He wakes up and he goes, "Damn, you're my sister."
Turns into Yuri.
Right, it turns into a Yuri. Freaking, I forgot all their damn names. Sister gets it on with red hair and blue hair it on.
Oh no! I was saying he turned into Yuri from Spy Family.
I thought you said it will become a Yuri.
Yeah, I thought yeah. That's what I thought you said.
But yeah. He all of a sudden goes Nisa and just ridiculousness.
Decrepit Storm says, yeah, I feel like it didn't live up to how it started. QRW6 says, what up, KOA? Been watching One Piece. I'm on episode 615, legit. Been enjoying it, but it's been long since I returned to the anime. Jeez. That's crazy. I'd be on 615 right now if I wasn't, backlogged with my own YouTube stuff, sadly. But we're getting back into it. So, should be good. Oh, I'm
got
getting
a lot left
call.
to go.
Take over for me. Autopilot.
All right. My speech is all fucked up. All right. Restart. 14-year-old Masamune lives in a town where the flow of time has stopped after an explosion at a steel factory seals off all avenues of escape. In hopes that everything will someday return to normal, the town makes a rule that nothing must be changed, and Masamune spends his days in depression. One day, his intriguing and enigmatic classmate Matsumi leads him into a blast furnace at a steel factory. There he finds Sumi, a girl who cannot speak and acts like a wild wolf. Masumune's encounter with these two girls begins eroding the balance of the world. What future awaits the unstoppable urge to fall in love?
Wait, so I totally don't understand this damn show. There's an explosion that happened that stopped time, and now he's working at a steel factory and falls in love with a wolf girl?
You missed the best, or you missed the most important thing, EA. It's another Mappa
Steel
anime.
Factory.
It's
Oh,
another Mappa anime.
Yeah, that was the point of this. That's Mappa. Also, you don't have to read that, but I appreciate it. No, I don't think he's romancing the wolf girl. She's like literally a child. I think it's one of those like, like Your Name kind of stories.
I love Your Name.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think it's
great
one
movie.
of those. Trailer's really good. Animation looks really good.
It's a shame that it's gonna be unfinished.
They may have probably showed the best parts, but like it really like honestly, it kind of looked just as good as some JJK season 1 stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So it looked really polished, from the trailer. Once again,
Well, it does look pretty good. I'm skimming through it.
yeah, it looks like Mappa too. It looks like old Mappa from like 2017.
Whoa, what's happening there?
2018. Or you get to the wolf girl
See
part?
what happened?
Yeah, that was weird.
I need answers.
I don't know what the wild wolf girl thing is. I think she's supposed to be sort
It
of
all
like
makes sense. Why you want to watch it now?
Wait, me? No. You guys remember that one show where they have like the dead girl with the white hair?
Yeah, that. Oh, you're talking about Onohana?
Yeah, that it reminds me of that. I think she's kind of like in that role, where it's like, oh my god,
She's a
like
dead wolf girl.
She's like symbolism. Yeah, like she is free as the wolf, and we are but workers in a blast furnace. Time has stopped. How will we free it? How will we free ourselves from the stopped time? Oh, we'll free the wild wolf girl into the wild and let it graze upon the ancient ruins of Mesopotamia. So it feels like it's one of those stories. If you can categorize what I just said into a kind of story that is often made, who knows?
I will not watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I may watch the first episode, but I don't know what I'll be doing in January. If I cover this in January, or if I watch it, there's nothing going on.
I know what I'm doing in January.
And I know what Sia will be doing in January.
What does that mean?
What you're not doing in November.
What am I not doing in November?
I got it. I'll give you a hint, see.
We didn't hear anything.
Oh my god, I hate this fucking mic. I was trying to say. Oh my god! All right, I'm done.
You're just like silently making.
I'm trying to do the freaking. I'm trying to do the masturbation sound. It's not working.
Oh my god.
Oh well, whatever. You get the point.
Well.
Yes.
Our last topic for the day, or last news bit for the day, is to me very surprising. Nier Automata is getting a second season. They scheduled the first season horribly, and it's getting a second season, which is really surprising.
Wasn't the first season technically not really their fault? Because didn't COVID kind of shut them down?
I think it was after COVID is when Nier Automata first aired, because this was last year.
Yeah, I was about to say it aired winter, didn't it?
Well, I know it aired like not that long ago, but I thought the reason was because some of the staff members had COVID or something.
I mean, it could be that. I can't remember. But Aniplex had horrible scheduling as per usual, just like Mappa does. I just think it's Nier Automata is getting a second season, and they're not even touching 86 season 2. Like, they're not even going anywhere near that. I'm just like, can we go in the other direction? Like, Nier Automata is great, but the game's already been out for like 5 years. We've gotten enough to be.
I know Nier because of Nikke. Thank you, Nikke, for adding 2B's ass in the game, as well as A2.
Mm-hmm. I know nothing about Nikke, but I know Near Automata because of booties references.
Yeah.
Did the anime do that? A lot of booties.
I don't know. I ever watched the first episode. I want to watch this again though.
Anime never accentuates the butt.
Yeah,
Unless it's like
well,
very few.
well,
Always
Nier,
boobs.
Nier is a Japanese-made game, and I don't know if you know about this, but there are more polygons in 2B's butt than there is in literally anything else in the game.
It's good to know.
Even 2B herself is not as defined as that butt.
I love these pictures.
Thank
what?
you, Nika.
Yeah.
Oh,
What were we
God.
talking about?
Well, that was it.
Wait, I have some news.
Okay.
It's really quick. I posted it so you guys could see. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I, haven't really watched it in years, but I watch it every once in a while. This year was the first year that they had Luffy as a float.
Oh, I saw
For
that.
One Piece. Except when he debuted, he was wearing a bucket hat instead of a straw hat.
What?
The thing popped, and the thing was like over his head like a bucket hat because the straw hat would have been straight and everything, and it showed like what it looked like before, but then right when it got onto the street, it's like bucket hat Luffy. it's really funny just because it's like, could you imagine Luffy in a bucket hat?
I mean, they could make some money off of that.
They could.
I think
One
a
Piece.
lot of people want to wear that over like just a regular straw hat. So,
Yeah.
you could double for the cosplay and then one for like, something more casual.
The new arc was just announced like literally I think yesterday. It's called the Egghead arc. That's the new One Piece arc. First
Isn't
one
that
in
the
like
last
5
one?
or 6 years.
Nah.
No, Saga. Saga. We're on the last Saga. This is an arc. So
all right, so it's gonna take a while to end it.
So yeah, Egghead is probably gonna last another 15 years. It's gonna be great. Yeah, we're gonna have
15 more years, Morty.
We're gonna have
15
a
more
cracked
years.
egg on top of Luffy's head. That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna get the egg, Morty, and we're gonna go and we're gonna crack it on the head for 15 years, Morty.
We're gonna have Luffy versus Abradolf Linkler.
I don't know who that is.
You guys wait. This is Rick and Morty. Abradolf Linkler.
I never watched Rick and Morty.
It's fucking hilarious.
It was wasn't that from the first season? And wasn't it was like Lincoln? Oh, that's right. It was
Lincoln and Hitler.
Adolf, and Hitler, gene spliced together. He's like, yeah, okay, I remember that. God, that whole episode was ridiculous because that episode was like, he gave his life to give me this, and it was literally just like drugs so that he could snort it. It's like a man sacrificed his life, and this is all you gave to. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I can't speak about the new season because new season they replaced the guy who does Rick and Morty's voice. So yeah.
Well, let's go ahead, get into our main topic of one of our main shows, Gargantia, episode 8. Oh my god. That frightened me.
It worked then. Sorry, I got a little excited right there, but yeah, we got death on the verdurous planet there, Satsuki. Were you sad to see the old captain die?
Oh, so fucking sad. Like,
I bring it in. It's okay, man. It's okay. Hey, yeah, just let it out. It's okay. We knew him for like 5 minutes, but damn it, he left a huge impact in our hearts.
So I'm gonna say a very probably controversial statement, possibly. I thought this episode was boring. I mean, it's fine,
Really?
but I didn't. I just thought I was kind of bored by it.
You don't think maybe it added a little bit to the world
It
and how
did.
they like threw sand on the dead body?
Yeah, it did. That was cool. There was, I mean, like the episode had like it made sense, right? Like it's not it was the bridge episode to get us into the final episodes.
Yeah.
But I was bored.
No, I mean it is definitely, I will admit, one of the weakest episodes, to be quite honest. It was more just an episode kind of showing Bridget and her dilemmas as being the new leader, showing everybody's moral dilemmas of going on a ship, not going on a ship, saying I love you, Leto, saying I don't fucking love you, Leto. You know, just all these things. It was a lot of talking. I will definitely admit that, but if anything, the one thing I liked the most from this episode was just seeing just a little bit more of the world building, and that is apparently when someone dies in this world, you cover them in sand and throw them into the ocean, and then they dissolve. It's almost kind of like a Viking funeral in a way, except without any of the burning. You know, it's all biodegradable. When you're in the future, people are just biodegradable. We just turn it to the ocean.
Some horrible water.
Yeah, very horrible. And I feel like, and I almost wish this series was a little longer than what it is. Just because you see how big the ship is and just how giant the buildings are, and when they separated, it's almost like towns just moving and going their separate ways. And I almost wish I could have seen, like, how did that ship get to be like that? But
you know what we could do? We can get the series reanimated and redone by Mappa.
Yeah, and then they'll look at you, see, and throw their badge right in your face as they animate the scenes.
As they begrudgingly do it, they're like, well, fuck.
I'm doing this for 20 cents an hour, son of a bitch. I'm gonna draw this mother. Yeah.
Not contractually obliged to do this, but might as well.
Because it's you, see.
Because of
Only
me.
For you.
Cree.
Oh, come over here, give me a hug. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at, because I wanted to know if what did it start as, and it was a manga originally, but it started in January 10th, 2013, ended January 28th, 2014, so a year. But the anime ran from April 7th, 2013 to June 30th, 2013. What the fuck?
That sounds about right.
That is so weird. So the anime ended before the manga, and it also ran 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's the spring season.
That's so weird. What the fuck?
Yeah, they do that. This is because it's an anime. It's actually an anime original that they then adapted it to a manga. Because the manga market is so big in Japan, like you kind of have to.
But it couldn't be an original anime though if the manga started before the anime. Well, I guess like the planning into it.
Yeah, it was planned as an anime first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why I looked into it, because it was an anime original. You don't really see many originals anymore, but when you do, you like to give them a chance. At least I do. I don't know about y'all.
Well, yeah. Well, with this episode in particular, were you talking about like wanted it to be a longer series? I think it being a longer series would have enhanced this episode, because they kind of because like our two plots that we're focusing on are Leto and his departure, like his farewell with Amy and everybody else, and him like feeling like it's his duty to get rid of the Hidiox. And then we have Rigid's whole thing of her taking over the mantle for Fairlock. And I think with that plot line in particular, that wasn't focused on enough for us to have any emotional impact, neither in his death or like her struggles taking over the fleet. The reason being is we don't know what those struggles are. I'll give you an example. In Attack on Titan, when we have Erwin be the commander of the scouts, we know what it took to lead the scouts. Because not only did we see Erwin do it, but we seen Keith Shadas fail at it. We seen Hanji struggle with it, and then we seen later Armin also struggle with it. So we understand like Hanji and Armin, we understand their plight because we saw how that whole thing worked. We don't know what it takes to be the command or the commodore of this fleet. We don't know what that entails. We don't understand the struggle. We don't really even have the whole politics with the ship. The only thing that we really got was this episode and the last episode with Flangay basically taking his ships and going with Pinion to try to discover ships or not treasure with because they're going to try to kill the whale Swizz and all that. That's really it. It wasn't enough for us to really truly feel her struggle when she took over and she was stressing and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, really the only one that kind of gave any input when it came to Rigid and her struggles, so to speak, was Bellows. She was just like, stop whining. And then just walked away.
I think she said a little more than that.
Yeah, it wasn't quite like that. It was more look, you'll be just be the best you can be in the army. Hoorah. But yeah, it'll everything will be fine. Just show them that you care and they'll follow.
Yeah. Well, I guess that conversation was really about her not trying to take all responsibilities on her own and feel that she has no one to rely on, because a good leader isn't just someone who is able to do good on their own, but someone who's able to delegate responsibilities onto other people. You have to trust in your own subordinates, teammates, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so that's what she had to learn.
That's where I delegate C as being a person that handles my finances. I trust you, C.
I mean, that's probably actually not the worst idea because I do YouTube and stuff, and let me tell you, it is. I know too much about taxes.
All right, and then Satsuki, you will handle everything promotion. You seem like you would be a guy that could get the word out.
I will do so. I'll just go on my Twitter or my X.com and just go GOAT, the greatest ever, the peak of insert genre.
Yeah. And as for me, I'll just be there looking cute. I'm just a model.
Yeah, you're
sex
the
appeal.
You're the face. Mm-hmm. You're
the eye candy.
Yeah.
The little tidbits. The num 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 num. I'm sorry.
Right. Yep.
I got a little much over there, but I'm gonna say something when it comes to this episode that I totally didn't notice the first time around. Amy's brother is not bedridden.
I said that in my notes. I said, all right, so he stopped faking finally.
He turned into Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and just all of a sudden just got up and was like,
the golden ticket! The golden ticket! We won!
Woohoo! I've been bedridden for 40 years and all of a sudden I want to get up and move. Yeah.
The video on him being like the true villain is so hilarious. Oh
I
my
love
god,
that.
that video's funny.
I love it. I love it because I think I may have seen that same video because he really did do all the bad decisions in that. Come on, Charlie, let's drink these fizzy floating drinks. I don't
Yeah.
really think we should. Ah, fuck Wonka, let's drink it. And then him wanting to steal the everlasting gobstopper. Charlie's like, I think we should give it back. No, we'll make a lot of money. Come on, Charlie. Yeah, it's really.
Charlie's the responsible adult. he's the little kid.
Yeah,
He was acting like it was all for him. Oh my god.
he really did. But really quick, yeah, Decrepit Storm says C is handling the finance of your trip to Japan. That's right.
Bro,
I keep
on this
forgetting
time.
about that. Yep.
Woo!
Next year.
Can't wait.
Next year.
I'm gonna like one day buy a lottery ticket. I'm gonna get like $1 billion. Then I'm gonna actually do it, and you guys are gonna be like floored.
Aki on C.
Hell yeah. I'll be so happy. I'll fly out. I'll be like, see, I said this was going to happen, and it did. And I appreciate you for it. Now let's all go to some weird Japanese bar or something.
Oh, we got to go to the muscle bar.
The muscle bar?
Yeah, like where the women are like super strong.
Oh
and, like,
my god,
lift you.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I mean that sounds like kind of fun to me. I don't know about you, but
Give you a bear hug. You're like, it's too much.
Sweaty women, drinks, push-ups. What more can you ask for?
I could barely do any. They're gonna tell me to do push-ups. I'll be like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to.
well, you gotta train for it. You could be like Vegeta in the
hyperbolic
ship.
time chamber.
Or that too, yeah.
The Grandpa
Yeah,
store said, "How does Grandpa Joe get mentioned on KOA once every few months? The same way we always mention Dragon Ball Z in an episode somehow."
Yeah, it just happens. We get on it, and all of a sudden, it reminded me of Grandpa Joe when it came to his brother. All of a sudden, not being bedridden. I can't understand it.
He didn't even cough.
He didn't cough. He didn't limp. He didn't drag to get the crave or anything. It was literally just, oh, sister, I hope you're. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember this part at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to like run a route or something. Like he was able to play the slot for somebody.
He's just been faking it. He's like muscle bound and is like all kinds of just perfect in shape. I'll be like, what the really?
I'll protect Oni-chan from the whale sweats.
And if that part really confused me because we had that whole scene a couple episodes back where it was like people like me, we're not useful in our race and when Leto was talking to him and everything. Mm-hmm. Apparently he's fine now. So it's like, well, guess he can use them now. I felt like that was just such a weird scene. And I understand. I almost feel like the animators forgot that the dude couldn't walk. Like I feel like it was supposed to be a tender moment, and it was supposed to be just him kind of like comforting her and stuff. And they realized it wouldn't work without that. But it's like, well, you kind of break the continuity when you do stuff like that.
I think what they were going for was the fact that he got up in the first place was supposed to be like something substantial for us. Like, oh my god, he got up just to tell Leto this. I don't think they put enough emphasis on the aftermath of him getting up like that. Like they didn't focus on he shouldn't be able to do this. I think they just went for the impact of, wait a minute, he isn't supposed to be up right now, like, and he's doing it to talk to Leto. This is the first time we've seen it done. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just was very confusing to me. That, like I said, I only saw this series once, but then on the rewatch, I just that part kind of like threw me for a loop. I was just, what just happened?
But our boy Leto is now going with Pinion as well as Flange with his mini ships to as well as Melty, Amy's friend, to kill some whales with. So and also
Yeah.
he can't go back home. So it seems like my whole
Yeah.
theory of like him possibly having a chance to go back home, like that whole theory looks like shit now. But I mean, at least it was mentioned.
Yeah. It was mentioned at the very beginning of the episode where Chamber was just like, "No, you can't make it back home. Sorry. That's tough. That them's the breaks." He was just like, I guess I gotta kill some fucking whale squid now.
Imagine that. What is a city that you would hate to be stuck in? Like they just go, well, it's a barrier up. You can't leave the city anymore.
Oh God. Probably somewhere in Los
City or state.
Angeles.
City or state.
Somewhere in Los Angeles. And I'm talking about
San Francisco.
San Francisco's a good one too. I was thinking kind of like the like the popular parts in Los Angeles where it's like crowded 24/7 and you're just like, "Oh God, I want to be here. Stop with the street performers. The Chinese theater. No." Oh,
Yo.
and the smog that is over the fucking city the whole time. Oh, be dying.
If they put me in New York,
Ooh,
that's
that's
like
a good one too.
Yeah, if you put me in there, like that's equivalent to the nine circles of hell for me. Big rats. I had to now like take subways. Apartments cost like one room $6,000 a month.
Oh,
I'll be in absolute hell.
not to mention all the honking from all the cars. Beep, 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 beep,
Oh,
beep,
oh.
beep, beep.
And don't mention the people.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, I'm walking
I'm
here.
cooking a pizza over here. What the hell?
Not everybody in New York is Italian. I just this is like a true thing. I think because of like the fast paced like lifestyle of New Yorkers, a lot of them are very short tempered.
Yeah.
Like, if you compare like a New York your average New Yorker to your average, like, I don't know, even like a Floridian, they typically don't like small talk and stuff like that. So
They're
yeah.
very to the point when it comes to things. Trust me, I used to work customer service, and people from either New York or New Jersey on the East Coast, they're always about business. They're just like, "Okay, yeah, it's not working. How do I fix it?"
Yeah.
No, I did that already. No, what else? And it's just, if you don't have the answers, they're like, "Well, I'm going to be on the phone for an hour until you fix it." I'm just, oh God, drive me crazy.
Yeah. That Southern hospitality does not exist on the East Coast.
No. Instead, they're always walking places, and people forget that they're walking.
I'm walking here.
Hey,
Decrepit Storm said Alabama because Vash would show up and destroy the town.
Which Vash? If it's this Vash, like the newest Vash, it not be that bad.
He still destroyed the town.
he still destroyed.
Like the last episode, he destroyed the town.
God, I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah, it's a really good anime.
Did they announce they were doing part 2?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's crazy to think about too, because once we finally do our like end of the year type of stuff, like what's our favorite stuff. Trigun is still probably one of my favorite anime this year. That may be forgotten because it came in the winter season. The winter season always gets kind of shafted when people think about that, but you got Attack on Titan from that season, Trigun. To this day, still, it holds up as like one of my favorite things of this year.
It was pretty good. It was definitely the surprise of the year, for sure.
Yeah. I really didn't have any high expectations when I saw it. I thought it was going to be like a retread of what we already saw, But seeing it was more of like this prequel retelling of the story, it did a really great job, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any
Agreed.
final thoughts on Gargantia?
Was he talking the same language that Leto talks?
Maybe it sounded like that, or maybe he was trying to pronounce the main villain in Bleach.
Neighbor, what did he just say?
Gargantia. Any final?
Oh, okay.
Any
okay.
final thoughts on Gargantia?
Nah, it was pretty cut and paste, really, when it comes to everything. I'm curious, real quick, Sasuke.
Yes.
Now that pretty much it seems like these last couple episodes are coming up because we're on episode 9. After this, what do you think's going to happen? I think it's the last like 3 or 4 episodes of basically the show.
What do I think is going to happen? Well, for one, I don't think their whole exploit to kill the Well Swizz would end up good. I definitely think a lot of people will die. I don't know if Pinion is going to die just because his brother already died, and that seems a little cruel to do to him. But I think, for one, Leto is going to have to learn how to coexist with everybody here. And he's going to have to adjust his lifestyle. It hasn't happened yet, but I think it's going to take a lot of grief and strife to get to that point for him to calm down and realize that he can't live his life as a soldier. He has to live his life as a human. And it's hard for him to do, but I feel like that adjustment has to be made eventually. I can't see Leto dying, at least not until he gets back to Gargantia. So, I mean, if I had to call someone to die on this exploit, definitely Flange. I don't know about Pinion. I feel like it's 50-50 with Pinion. But this whole thing of them going to the Well Swizz, that's not going to turn up good at all. That's going to be a disaster.
Okay. Coolio.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's get into Rurouni Kenshin, episode 21.
Kenshin.
Oh?
Kenshin's mine. Okay, Megumi.
I was surprised they wrapped up this arc in this episode. I thought we were going to get like a 2-episoder. Or a 3-episoder, I should say. But yeah, it was only 2.
EA was right. Oh my god.
This seemed so incredibly rushed. Like, 1 minute, dude is ready to drill everybody. The next minute, he's protecting Dr. Elder at the end. As if he didn't just get his ass whooped. You know? I was like, damn, that was super quick. And yeah, I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen. That seems to be their MO with Kenshin. It's like 2 parts, and then they tell the story and they're done. I don't get it. I mean, I guess overall it was okay. Like, I really felt like, you pretty much already said it, like everything just felt rushed and everything was just super, just, you know, finished off. Everything was wrapped up in a bow and whatnot. But yeah, what else can I say other than Kenshin is a badass and whoa, a lady.
I don't know what story they told with this.
I almost feel like somebody's gonna come back the next episode from that story that was told. That's the only thing I could think of.
I feel like, I feel like that may happen like down the line, but I don't think it'll happen.
I think that's absolutely going to happen.
But I don't think it's going to happen like next episode.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like next season or last season.
It's just, I mean, basically the whole thing when it came to Kenshin that we got from the story is that he was in a spot where, because they talk about it with the tea, that he couldn't smell the tea properly. And then
he likes tea. That's all we learned.
it basically told the story of why he decided to settle down with Kaoru and everybody else. It's because he was like just a wandering Rurouni, and he finally found comfortable in the home, and that's why he settled down with everybody. And that's a good story in of itself, but I just don't feel like everything was necessary to tell the story, honestly. I don't think everything connects great. At least not in how the anime told the story. This was a mess. Um uh I won't even get into everything. I'll just say, can smallpox spread the
Oh
way that
my
they were saying
oh,
in the story?
dude. And he had just happened to have a vial of smallpox in feudal Japan, just at the whim, ready to just chuck it at people and get them sick.
And then if smallpox does spread like that, wouldn't he also be affected?
Right, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, hey, I'm gonna get you. Well, now you're dead too. Wait a minute, I didn't think this through.
I
Oh,
just I didn't understand that whole like, what the fuck was that? And then the animation was so bad this episode. Whenever they were trying to go for the bottle, they would never like properly show like someone actually missing a bottle. Like you would
yeah,
just look, and then the bottle would just be so in somebody else's hand. You'd be like, what the fuck just happened here?
where'd it
It,
go? It's centimeters away from hitting the ground, and all of a sudden, got it. But just out of fucking nowhere.
yeah, I don't I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of their more weaker episodes of Kenshin, to be honest. Probably my least favorite.
It is. I feel I feel like the essence of what they were trying to say with this story, but like what they actually did with this episode, I think it's the weakest.
Yeah, it
Mm.
was nothing more than just a overglorified filler episode. And all this stuff apparently took place 5 days before he met the gang and everything, which, you know, this guy just goes around. I mean, he is a wandering samurai, hence his name. But this is all he does. He just wanders around, just defeating smallpox and all kinds of other crazy stuff.
I feel like my theories for what was going to happen this episode were better than what the episode actually presented. Like,
Yeah,
because we were talking last episode, and I was like, wait a minute, that guy that they're talking to that employed the other creepy, pale, blue-eyed rapier guy. Maybe he's Dr. Elder's father, and uh like they're gonna have this whole story and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. And it's like Kenshin fights the guy, beats him like we thought, and then he just turns to a good guy, and then becomes a bodyguard for her,
I,
and then all
I
our problems are solved basically.
I just love how so quick he just became a good guy. He was just a creepy guy with a rapier, or that just sounds bad every time I say it,
Yeah.
sword, and then he became a creepy looking guy, and now he's good. He got defeated. He's like, I will defend you with my. You know what? Anybody looks like that, I'm not having them defend me at all. They're gonna murder me in my sleep the second I close my eyes.
And then he's like switched his whole sword up to like symbolize him being a different person, kind of like how Kenshin has I forgot the name of the sword exactly, but basically he has a sword to where well he doesn't have the sword this way because you can't do it with the sword he has, so he got rid of the drills. But like how Kenshin kind of has a resolve to not kill people,
Mm-hmm.
he has the front of his blade dull while the back of his blade is sharp.
Right.
So he in whenever he intentionally tries to kill somebody, like he'll make that effort. But like he makes like the same type of resolve with his switch and his sword. I'm like, how the hell did you get a new sword in the next day?
He literally just last night just was just out forging a brand new sword, and he fucking like filed it down with his teeth or a rock or something. Just literally, just
Oh my god.
yeah. I have no idea, but yeah, there was just a lot that just felt so, and I'm sure it's probably like that in the manga too. I know C can probably attest to that and whatnot, but yeah, not a fan.
Wait, did C read Kenshin? I know he read Blade of the Immortal. I don't know if C read Kenshin.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he did for some reason.
C!
Well, he's gone. He probably got another phone call from
the tax collectors.
yeah, he's a finance guy, and they're like, "All right, guys, you need to work with me here."
Just had an Italian person call. He simply said, "Hey, stop trying to make jokes about me over here. I'm walking." So yeah, we got our first angry caller.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice to know he's walking and watching us.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he was offended.
He was like, "Hey, I'm not just a stereotype over here.
I got layers to me." So C, here's the most important question from this episode. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Dr. Elder.
Okay.
Hot or not?
Very, very hot.
Okay.
I would say easily. That's a easily like, yeah, absolutely. She's pretty hot.
Okay.
Hello, Dorburb.
So you would get smallpox for her and let her treat you, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
Oh, well, you lied.
Wait, so
he wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't speak Japanese. I don't live in feudal era Japan. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I just think she looks
English.
good.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait. Okay,
Is that
I didn't
me?
know. I didn't know how smallpox looked exactly, but now after looking at this, maybe I don't want this disease.
Well, we have a vaccine for that now, don't we? Pretty sure.
I hope so.
Oh, we
I hope
absolutely
so
do,
too.
yeah. Dorburb, how you doing? Says, all right, KOA Monday, all my fellas breakdances. We were talking about your native lands, Burb. Oh, yeah.
I think a Dorburb's trying to talk.
Wait, we just have that?
Yeah. We have a Dorburb. There he is. We were talking about your native land in which you were born and raised and are from. And we were slandering it. Specifically not me, but Satsuki. He was talking some mad shit.
New York.
Like how he throws you under the bus.
He was like, New York? More like eventual nuclear Holocaust crater.
Damn. Well, he didn't say any of that. You can go back and look for yourself.
Best thing about New York is Beyonce.
There you go.
And Jay-Z?
No.
Wait. Jay-Z's pretty cool, right? Why not Jay-Z?
Yeah.
He's pretty important to like music.
Did Jay-Z make all the single ladies?
No, but that's precisely why people will remember Jay-Z way over Beyonce.
He made H to the Izzo.
Call me when Jay-Z has a fan base like the Beehive.
H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy. That's the anthem. Get your damn hands up. Oh, we're doing clashing songs. Here we go. H to the Izzo, H to the Izzy. For shizzle, my nizzle used to dribble down a V8.
That's all I got for you.
Okay, sorry.
Dorburb says, I got my arms pierced and poked all of today, so it's sore, lots of blood drawn, chemicals injected.
Was it from a hot lady, though?
Yeah, was it from a hot lady?
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
If you get injected and poked and prodded, the lady has to be hot. Because if she's not, then it's a bad day, I guess.
Yeah, if it's like Takumi from Persona 5, wasn't that bad.
See, this is what Burb does. He says, "I just remember Jay-Z because his name is based on J and Z trains that go from Manhattan to New York or Brooklyn. Like literally, he knows everything about New York.
Tell
Everything.
me about the cheese from New York.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
tell-
it was from a cute
who-
Asian nurse. I can't read it. Oh, who is my age? Oh.
Oh, somebody got a little something going on.
Mm.
I mean,
She's
when
every
cute.
time
she
she-
has a subtle scar on her right eyelid spattered. Ooh.
She's an anime character too.
Okay. Wasn't
Hey.
a bad day then.
2D becoming 3D in real life.
True.
Yeah, just like Fortnite foretold. But yeah, Burb, who was the first person to introduce cheese to New York? I guarantee you that is a weird question. I guarantee you, if he doesn't know it, he sorta kinda knows it.
Well, anyway, I want to know what you thought of the episode C, since I know you're. Oh, that's right. We asked. Did you read the manga of Rurouni?
No, I've never read the manga.
Okay.
I watched the original anime long time ago.
Was this in it?
I believe so. I remember seeing her. I believe it was. But I don't think I remember much about this arc, if anything, literally at all. I would say I would agree with you guys. This was definitely a weaker episode. I still enjoyed it though. Like I still, you know, I didn't hate it or anything like that. It was weak, but it wasn't as good as the last couple arcs, in my opinion. But yeah, I still enjoyed it because I enjoyed the message at the end, which what was the message at the end? I have it written down here somewhere.
Put the toilet seat down.
I don't have it written down. I literally forgot. Well, there was a message to her like wearing. Oh, I remember what it is. She wants to like help, you know, encourage, you know, a world where you can be whoever and whatever you want to be, because she wears a mask and she wants to live in a world where she doesn't have to wear a mask, which I think is a pretty noble thing, and I think that fits for her character, and that's a good payoff to her, which is like, yeah, you know, I shouldn't have to wear the mask anymore, but you know, we live in this world where we do, and I want to do my part, even if it's only a little bit, to make sure that, you know, one day that equality can be achieved, and women can, you know, instead of just being known as people that, you know, take care of the house and are basically just owned by men, can be their own individuals. I think it's a pretty good end to the arc, and you know, a pretty good stopgap for her character arc. I do think we're going to be seeing a lot of her again, and a Spiral. I think we're going to be seeing both of those two again, probably in the next season, if not near the very end or throughout. So
Carl's gonna die.
Damn.
Calling it now. He's gonna die somehow. He's gonna just be like, I should have got a pointier sword, and then he's just dead.
Yeah, well, Kenshin inspired him to get basically like a whole different kind of blade, which I thought was, you know, really cool. It's not the first time we've seen it, but Kenshin is the Toru Honda of Murderous Samurai.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It works.
Well, this comes from Act 0 of the manga, which is a prequel. Like, this whole thing is different from the continuity of the manga, so that's why it feels a little off. Like, it wasn't just told like let's say we were in like volume 6 of the manga, it wasn't told in volume 7. It was like as if they went back to a whole different spinoff of the prequel. That's why this feels so different.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Interesting choice. Adorbird proves me right by saying, well, I know there's a guy named Rome who had the first cheese mill in upper New York in the 1800s or something. Could be wrong. William's not Rome. So he even knew he was wrong about that and corrected himself. This man literally is a New York historian.
Well, just know this, Sasuke. If you were ever trapped in New York, have a Doroburb as your friend. He could get you through anything.
Probably.
I'm still duh. The minute I see one of those big ass rats, I'm dead.
What
about the coyotes?
Oh, man.
Coyotes?
Yeah, there's coyotes in New York.
Well,
There's coyotes here in Arizona. What are you talking about?
Burb told me about that.
No, he thought they were coyotes. They were just giant rats. That's all they were.
Dora says, I'm like Asa Mitaka with the starfish, but with unnecessary New York lore. She like me for real.
All right.
Well, Satsuki does like Asa. I think
He's
Satsuki
he's
likes
asleep.
Yoru.
Oh, no, he's
Asa.
awake.
Wait, Asa.
Asa
from what?
Mitaka, Chainsaw Man.
Asa. Who the fuck is Asa? Oh, you're talking about from part 2?
Yeah.
I never read part 2.
Well, I know you like Yoru, so. Because we're spiral eyes. You simp.
I like the look of Yoru. I can't say I like her.
Yeah, no, I mean, you probably still like her.
You
Probably.
love her with a capital W.
Probably.
I mean, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion in my eyes, but that's just me. It is time to decide.
Oh yeah, it's up. I forgot.
On the chopping block.
Are we killing the hot lady arc, or are we letting it survive? Are we giving it has smallpox right now? Are we treating it, or are we leaving it to die? Oh, wait. EA, hold up. Everyone, I would like to introduce to the podcast Gojo Satoru, special grade Jujutsu sorcerer, currently trapped inside of a box. We don't talk about that. Gojo, it's an honor to have you here. How are things going there in the box?
Dylan?
I think you're relaxing a little too much, dude. Did you see what happened?
No, well, I didn't see what happened personally, but some people told me like, oh, this person died. This person. I was like, shit. Well, it wouldn't happen if I was there. Simple as that.
This is all because you were there. Just saying.
Well, no, I wouldn't put it like that. I will put it like this: like this is what it takes for me to be out of the plot. They have to do X, Y, and Z, and
That's
all
true.
the way through fucking Z, to take me out, because they know if I was there, this person would be alive. This person, everybody would be alive. Everybody would be fucking alive. Your mama would
This
be
is true.
alive. Your sister would be
Oh,
alive.
not my
Everybody
mother.
would be alive if Gojo was there. So don't think that what's happening in Shibuya right now is because Gojo was lacking on his job. It's because I am Gojo, so people had to kind of, adjust for me. That's what it is. I'm not really worried about that. Once I come back out of it, everybody will be alive. So I don't really have any control over it. It's still it's comfy as hell here. Listen.
How are you comfy on those skeletons?
Listen. They got brain matter. I'm using that as a pillow right now.
Oh my god.
Pretty hardcore. It's pretty hardcore, Gojo.
Cafeteria here. I'm telling you, it is great. I am eating like a king. I've never eaten like this before. Whew, they treat me so well here. I'm gonna be back though. I'm gonna be back. You know, I don't want people to think that I'm not taking this seriously and I'm just here for leisure activity. Beach? Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry.
You have a beach in the cube?
No. He said bitch. Bitches.
Okay.
We'll be there.
Oh, okay. So you have yourself some bitches now. Okay, great.
No. Well, I don't want people to think it's like that, but listen. When they need me, I'll show up. Okay. Nothing that dangerously bad will happen. All the main Yuji's still alive, isn't he? Don't worry about it. The main character's still alive. Other characters have to die. It's a part of the story. Damn, I can't save everybody. Damn. I'll be there.
Okay. Shit.
That's all I can say.
So, Gojo.
But Kenshin, pass it, man. Just pass it. Bad, whatever episode. I won't even say bad. Whatever episode, but it's built up enough cachet, just like me. You know what I mean? I deserve the benefit of the doubt. Kenshin deserves the benefit of the doubt. Just pass it. Come on.
I guess we're passing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass it too, even though I didn't really care for this episode that much. Kenshin's been pretty steady and pretty good. I will say 3 episodes from now, if it's kind of not getting any better, I might change my opinion. Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Opinion about the whole thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only 24 episodes. So I think now that we passed it.
Oh, great. Well, can't we kill the last episode?
Sure. The season will be finished, though. I doubt there's going to get a season 2, honestly.
I just saw a bird right past my window.
It's a vulture.
Why is it?
No, don't eat me.
Well,
help me, guys.
Even though we've technically already decided, I'm gonna pass this. It's fine. It's a decent episode. It's cool. Past 2 episodes are pretty good, so yeah. Excited to see what it does next. Anyways,
What's the next show?
Jujutsu Kaisen episode.
Oh 18. My god! Who was our what was the lady viewer's name? That was in our stream last week. I don't want to call her the anomaly.
Elizabeth? Was it Elizabeth?
It might have been. There was somebody that made a comment that said they wouldn't bring back Nanami just to kill him.
Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's not dead.
He's not dead? Dude, he is deader as dead can be.
Why would they bring him back just to kill him, though, EA?
You saw how he was dancing in that one thing? He was like, oh my god, EA, I did not post a meme yet. This may make you laugh or cry.
Or vomit. Let me see.
Hold on, I'm about to post it right now. It's funny. It's funny as hell. I'm sorry. I'm gonna post it in our chat right now. Put the VX thing right here.
All right, let's see what this is. Now you'll have to be stopped. It is. That fits so perfectly. Oh my god. that. Oh my. Okay, that's funny. That is really funny. But now I need to get back on what I was talking about. That threw me off for a minute, but they brought him back. just to kill him. And yes, spoilers if you haven't seen this damn episode. Nanami dies. He fucking dies. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's like, I love that character, man. He was such a cool character. And he had one of the most badass scenes this arc, where he just walks up, does his strut, and punches Blondie repeatedly super hard in the face and everything else. Oh, so great. And then for some reason he struggles against Squid Dude. He gets burnt half, turns into Two-Face from Joko, and then literally dies while apparently doing a goddamn, commercial about your boner pills and shit. It just really, I don't know. I kind of made me a little upset because of the fact that how he died. Like, he didn't even die fighting. He took out a bunch of no-name spirits and stuff, and that's fine, I guess. But I knew he was gonna die, just the way that they were setting it up and everything. Where he's like, "I'm so tired. Oh, I'm ready to whatever." I guess I was just upset to see him go more than anything, because I really liked his character. Made me mad.
Mm.
But yes, they brought him back just to kill him. God damn it.
Well, I think it may be because of the direction that his character goes in. It doesn't, like, this arc, he does stuff. So I don't want to say he did nothing and he just died.
No, okay,
It's just-
yeah, he didn't do like nothing. I just hated how. Well, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Just finish that thought. I'm sorry.
No. I wasn't saying that you were saying that he did nothing. I was just saying. So he did, he did a lot this arc. I mean, he was the direct cause in Haruta's death because he got rid of a lot of his miracles, which was represented with that little eye thing that he has. So he was the direct cause of his death. It's just that, and then two, mind you, Nanami is not that strong in comparison to Mahito. Remember, he almost already died against Mahito, and that was pre him getting stronger. So it's not like he is like Gojo level or any one of those type of characters like Geto. He's a special grade sorcerer, but with a lot of these curses we're dealing with, that being Mahito, that being Jogo, I forgot the Swit's name.
Good boy.
Starts with an H. It's like Hogo, something hot.
Dagon?
No.
Hoppy Poppy Doppy.
Dagon. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
They all are a cut above special grade. And they made that abundantly clear with what was going on. We saw how like Maki's great uncle was getting disrespected, lost his arm and everything, and how much they struggled. So all of these adversaries are just built differently. That's how it is. So he ran into the wrong person, Dagon, got messed up in that fight, and then got messed up by Jogo, and then got beat up by Mahito. So it's hard to say like he should have survived because he fought three of them. All three of them. They all hit him with something. It's hard to survive all that.
Where are the other fucking sorcerers? Why is there only like 3 or 4 fighting all these dudes? Like, wasn't there like, I don't know, 20? Where's Panda? Where's all these others? You know what I mean? I just feel like
Panda
they're
would
kind
get
of just
destroyed.
they're kind of just like chilling in the background, just going, I'm sipping on some Mai Tais.
They really can't do anything against, Mahito.
Well, we saw with Panda specifically, he was being held back by Kasukabe. I think that's his name.
By,
Trench
by
coat.
Scaredy Cat Man, yeah.
Yeah. So like he's literally holding Panda back by dicking around with other people. But honestly, I mean, the only characters we're introduced to are like the students, and other than Toto, nobody's strong enough to even be on Nanami's level. Like Momo, nowhere near strong enough. What's the other one?
We need Miwa.
Oh,
Nowhere near
Miwa?
strong enough.
You can use
Her sword's gonna break.
use Miwa as a shield for like one attack. That'd be it.
One attack. Oh, but yeah, I'll give Jujutsu Kaisen credit. It's not afraid to kill off characters. I've always felt when it comes to especially certain animes, and this is with any of the big three, when it comes to killing off characters, it's a rarity. And if they do, they bleed gallons of blood and magically get healed and survive. When you actually get a confirmed death in shows, it's shocking. And it's one of those moments where you're just like, wow, that's crazy. As much as I hate it, I at least have to give it credit that they had the balls to kill off what a lot of people thought was a really popular character.
Can I say this? Maybe
You hated him. You hated him, didn't you?
Nanami? Nanami is one of my most favorite characters. He's like probably top 5 for me.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to be that much of a contrarian, but
you're all, this is bad timing, but a little overrated.
Yeah, didn't he fucking suck? Let's spit on his grave. Can I just say we talked about how Sukuna and what he did last episode, how great of a villain he was, and what he did to Yuji. I mean, I'm not saying Mahito did the same thing, but it's comparable. I mean, he's not exactly his master, but a mentor figure for him right in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that Mahito was doing in this episode was it put his stamp up there with like the great villains. Because you got to think of great moments when it comes to these villains. Like Frieren, for example. We know how he tortured Vegeta, how he destroyed Planet Vegeta, everything he's done, killing all of the Namekians and whatnot. This was a great moment for Mahito in terms of him being a villain. The moment and he's just so entertaining to me too. The moment where he kills Nanami, and then Yuji has that. He has that inner conflict with himself at his powerlessness, and all he can do is yell out in anger, and then Mahito mocks him by yelling too. Like Yuji's like, "Could you do this?" And then Mahito's like, "I can hear you yelling, Yuji." He is a great villain. Jesus Christ, he is a great villain. What he did with Junpei when he made that sock puppet thing, or where he transfigured his arm and is stabbed. Oh my god.
Pretty fucked up.
Great villain.
Mm-hmm.
Great villain.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like Itadori, he's kind of, when he's fighting him, he's standing his own against him. Like he's landing some hits and everything else. The only thing that's really holding him back is the fact that Mahito's messing with him psychologically, really fucking with his mind. Because he tried to do that with Nanami in their first fight, and he just was like, yeah, it's messed up, but I'm still gonna whoop your ass. He had that experience. He's older. He just it didn't bend or bow him or any which way. Yuji, on the other hand, I think that's gonna be his weakness. I
Yeah.
really do.
We already saw him fall for one of Mahito's tricks, which I thought was pretty brilliant, and it shows like his evolution as a curse. What he did was uh so off screen he found two of these humans, one of which he transfigured and um was already under Mahito's control, and Yuji sees these two humans. He's like, y'all run up to safety, and then Mahito pops out of his mouth, like using his transfigurations, which always looks like monstrous. He made it just look like a regular human, surprises Yuji by coming out of the one human's mouth, and then transfigures the other one. Oh my god, some of the psychological stuff he's doing with Yuji is just so great. Honestly, I still can't say he's better than Sukuna, but man, on a personal level, he's doing great as a villain.
Yeah, it's crazy how many great villains are in this series.
Yeah.
This show loves its villains.
Yeah, it sure does.
And variety of villains, too. They're all different.
Yeah. They're all different in their motivations and why we respect them as villains. Like Pseudo Ghetto has, well, we don't know what he's up to exactly, but we had Ghetto where
he's apparently making out with Mei. That's all. They haven't done anything yet.
That is probably Ghetto may have slaughtered tons of innocent people for pretty much no reason. But making out with Mei absolutely is one of the worst things he's ever done.
But you. Yeah. Mahito is just playing with him at this point. Oh, he's always been playing with him. That's his whole MO. He just has fun. I think that's what makes him such a great villain. He genuinely just has fun. This for him is like he's on a playground. He is childish as hell, but he's having fun. This is how he has fun.
I'd love to do a video on Mahito, just breaking down that, because I think people, they see Mahito and their gut reaction is to have the same reaction as they do for maybe Sukuna or Ghetto, but he truly is. He is really unique. Like, I think he's one of the most unique villains, or maybe antagonists would be a better word, in media right now, like in general. Like he's just so different because he has no reason to be as evil as he does. He just is. He just wants to be. Because as you say, Satsuki,
people
he just
want
wants
to
to
watch
fun.
the world burn.
Yeah. I think he's even crazier than Joker, honestly. Because Joker, wants to terrorize the Batman.
Well, Joker doesn't transfigure people.
That's true. He just blows up hospitals.
But if the Joker could, God, help us all.
What makes Mahito interesting to me, especially, is because he's a curse. With Joker, right? Regardless of his past, he's a human, just like Batman, whatever. So he can understand. He can understand like the personal connection that Batman has with other people in a way that he can utilize that to fuck with him. Mm-hmm. A curse doesn't have that same type of connection with humans. Curses just are what they are. They're different beings entirely. So for a curse to understand exactly the right place to hit Yuji, that takes a lot of, I guess, care almost in a way. Like he has to actually study Yuji to understand what exactly is going to hurt him. Because curses don't. One of we seen Jogo have like a personal connection to Hanami and Hagan and all this stuff, but curses generally don't feel anything when another curse dies. So for him to be a different species and to understand exactly what's going to hurt Yuji, and mind you, he's a newer curse, so he hasn't been here for a long time or anything like that. Like he's learning on the fly. He's learning very quickly. He's a very crazy villain, honestly.
That's crazy. But we finally, at the end, get to see Nobara, and I don't know if I like that or not because of the fact
It's always
of
good to see Nobara.
it's great to see Nobara, but after the back exploding that happened to Nanami, it has me a little worried. If they're not afraid to kill off a really popular character like that, please God, do not kill Nobara. Please don't. I mean, that is the thing that scares me, is because it sounded like Mojito had something up his sleeve, and like he's like, oh, I know one way to mess with him. And who is he fighting with? Nobara? And I'm like, oh no. Oh fucking no. He's gonna do something to her and it's gonna piss me off.
Well,
And when that happens, I'm gonna kill this fucking show.
Well, what do you think? So, Mahito split himself off into parts, so he's fighting two separate people. Does that make him weaker? Do you think?
I would assume so. I mean, that's usually always been the case. Unless for some reason in this world it makes you stronger, or it doesn't have any effect at all. He's the same strength, even if he's a million of him, which that would be insane. But I would assume that that's what would happen, is that if you split off, you'd be a little weaker, kind of like anything I've ever seen.
Yeah. Also, as well, what do you think's happening with Mei Mei and Geto and Ui Ui? You think they're all kissing?
Mm-hmm.
Orgy.
You think it was revealed that Geto is their cousin?
I mean, the more the merrier, right? It's like, my God, you're my cousin? Well, come on in, you son of a bitch.
Do you think Mei Mei's favorite manga is Oshinoko?
Oh, no, his favorite manga is Domestic Girlfriend.
Oh, God. Oh, why did you remind me of that?
Because it's his favorite. But, I don't know what they're doing. I would assume they were fighting, but God, it's been a long time since we've seen them do anything. That's why I'm just like, I hope they're fighting. If they're not fighting, they better not be having a makeout sesh. I don't know what they're doing.
They're drinking tea. They're watching the big game.
Well, they're watching the big game. They're watching the game right now that's playing. What game is that right now?
Bears and Vikings.
What's the score? Oh my God, this is terrible. This is a terrible game.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Okay, sorry.
I started Joshua Dobbs on my fantasy too.
Good call.
So how is how did the game go between the Razor Squirrels and the Teetering Nannies? Who won that one?
I think the Silly Nannies won. It's a Family Guy reference. You are no longer a New England Patriot. You are now a British Silly Nanny. Peter Griffin was on the British Silly Nannies, and their fighting was throwing pillow fights at one another. Have at you.
Decrepit Storm says Ui is spending all his time telling Geto how he needs to respect Mei Mei.
And he's just sitting there going,
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, young child, you seem to be very correct about your assessments of your older sister. I think I am definitely going to respect her from now on. I apologize for the smallpox curse spirit. That was purely an accident.
I love how Ghetto sounds like, I don't know, it almost kind of reminds me of William Shatner from Captain Kirk. That's what it sounds like.
You have to understand. I made a mistake. Ooey, ooey.
Uh, yeah. I hope the next episode they show them. I please don't kill Nobara. Please God. I don't want that. I don't know if my heart could take it. I love Nobara as a character. She's such a cool character, and it would break the community. This and you know what? Decrepit Storm's right. JJK production is dead because they don't want anything to happen to Nobara.
They're not being overworked. They're just being overly stressed out about the next episode because they don't know what's going to happen.
They're like, oh God, are they going to kill her off? I don't want to animate this.
So they're just all on edge. That'd be funny.
We have the Lightning Eagle in the chat. He says, "What about Yosuga no Sora?"
What's Yosuga no Sora?
I'm assuming some incest anime, since that was a topic. I don't know. I never seen it.
Me neither. I don't know her, but yeah, it's. I don't know what's gonna happen next episode, but I'm almost afraid to watch. I kind of like don't want to watch.
I mean, we'll see if it even comes out. If production are, leaving in the middle of their work. This episode was delayed by a few hours in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad they got to show us Nanami getting killed in time.
Hey, if this is the last episode, this is a pretty good last episode to leave off on.
No, it's not. This is a terrible episode to leave off on. If anything, they should have left off on the other one, the one before this one. That would have been a perfect one to leave off on.
I just mean more in quality. Very good quality episode.
No, I got you. But yeah, I don't even know what else would happen in this episode. Just those things. Just sweating bullets over here.
Just a lot of fighting. Lightning Eagle says, also I drew Mei, then Ben told me she's incest related. Well, incest coded. I was just sad she looks like a baddie and has bird theming.
I saw that picture, Lightning. It was really nice. You got the hair down and everything.
Let's talk about the Junko one, though. The Junko one can feed families.
What's the Junko one?
Your daughter? Can it feed your daughter?
No, that's a little too much. A little too much. You're going a little too wild, C Tactics. All right.
You crazy, C.
Yeah. But you can donate. Feed her a Slim Jim.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's decide. Are we killing this shit or are we passing this shit?
This is a good Junko. I don't know who she is, but it looks well drawn. Oh. I'm scared. I don't know what to pick.
This is your out, EA. Do you want in? Or do you want out?
I mean, I have to see what happens. But I'm afraid to see what happens at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, my gut's telling me just sever your ties with it. You're going to be heartbroken. Then another part of me says you have to see it through because you got to know how this motherfucker Mojito gets his. So, and Ghetto too. Whenever he's done making out.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto. But yeah, I have to pass it.
Satsuki. What do you think?
I'm passing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
Great
I'm passing
episode.
it too. Yeah. I pretty much have no complaints.
I forgot to mention, with talking about, more glazing for Mahito. The scene where, I don't think this was in the manga, the scene where they're in the elevator and like they have like that scene where they're almost about to touch lips and like kiss.
Oh
I know
God.
this sounds weird. And then Mahito transfigures his lips to turn into like a spear almost, and then pierce Yuji. Oh my God. They were really cooking with this episode, honestly. Like they made Mahito more villainous with some of the things that he was doing than he was in the manga, which is very impressive.
It's crazy that overworked and as much as they are, that they're still this creative. Mappa is like, seriously, like people give them shit, and for some reason they get mad at the animators. And I still think they're, at least in terms of quality animators and creativity, absolutely top 3 in the industry right now. Now, in terms of scheduling and production and probably amongst the lowest, but like, dang, the fact that's creative. And they always do that. Every anime they seemingly touch always has like their original moments that are like, just make something even better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's now time to talk about the one and only Miss Frieren.
Frieren's feet.
The
Feet
grippers. The
Or-
Frieren for the grippers.
or the leg.
The feet.
The feet.
Wrong.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Her feet were in this episode. I didn't, we watched the episode in the server with the boys and stuff. And
Everybody was saying something about the feet.
No, we didn't say anything about the feet.
Oh.
I'm disappointed. But yeah, no,
Wanted more?
no.
Need
No.
more feet. Need more feet.
I'm just disappointed nobody brung it up. Because we usually do that.
Well, the animators definitely like her feet, but that was like not really a focus, honestly.
Speaking of the animators, she got herself her own smug look. She got herself an Anya smug face whenever she brought up the, I guess, like, clothes removing serum or whatever. That you just
the
apparently
potion.
the potion you pour on people. She was just like, Stark would like this for his birthday.
Oh man, they did Stark dirty. Fern.
What? Why does everybody think that Stark is a pervert? He's never shown anything.
I was
This is the first time, and what
thinking
he
the same
showed
thing.
wasn't even perverted. It was just him being goofy.
right. He's like, that cloud looks like a boob. That cloud
And
looks
it
like a piece
did.
of poop.
It literally did.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like, you can't really condemn him because I looked at the cloud and said, yeah, that does look like a voluptuous woman. Like, I was like, yeah, it looks like titties to me.
Yeah, I don't know why. I almost feel like Fern hates men. She has something against not just men, but especially Stark. Like,
Well,
everything he does is, you're a pervert, you can't carry Frieren, you're useless, you're this, you're that. It's like, why is she so mean to him?
could that? I never thought about that until you literally just brought it up. But could that be a result of Hater, her
Probably.
the priest? Because think about it, we don't know if the priest had any like perverted tendencies. We didn't really see that from any of the flashbacks. But from what they always show of him, like the whole joke of his character is that he's a priest, but he's like a dirty priest, like he's a fake priest. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had like some like pervert type of gimmick with his character too, that made her kind of jaded towards men in general. Because Stark doesn't do anything to deserve like the labels that she throws on him.
I agree. And maybe and I don't know if he actually does those things with his fingers or if that's in her mind, because he was like, I'll carry her. And then you just see that. And then, she's like, nope, nope, I'll still carry her. And he's like, okay, what did I do? But I could totally see that. Like, she was jaded at a young age because of Hater, and now sees that all men are pervs. That's my assessment.
I mean, Fern was pretty much an asshole this episode, but I mean, she did one good thing, which was buy him that bracelet. Which
Yeah, she didn't want to go too expensive though. she got him
Understandable.
the silver wristband or bracelet or whatever it was instead of the gold.
understandable, because he definitely was trying to get the best thing he could out of a birthday present. He didn't understand like budgeting or anything like that. He's just like, oh, that shit looks nice.
He never had a birthday either. How sad.
Yeah, he never had a birthday present.
That.
Well, no, he technically did have a birthday present. He just didn't realize what it was, because we later learned that Eisen, his custom,
That's right.
was like making this big ass hamburger steak, to kind of congratulate a warrior for their hard work.
Yeah.
He didn't know what it meant. He was like, oh, he does it at this time. I don't know why he does it, but he does it. He never told him why, but he was celebrating his birthday in a covert way. He just didn't know it.
I mean, that hamburger looked delicious. I mean, would you like a hamburger that big? Like a brontosaurus hamburger?
I have like a big fear of just huge ass foods. Like,
You really?
well, not a fear, I wouldn't say. It's just, I guess, a disgust. Like, that big ass Reese's cup. Like, I remember when that was circulating on the internet like a couple years back. I was just like, I love Reese's cups, but I don't want a Reese's cup that big.
Huh.
I do.
You want to swim in that?
Here's the thing about it. I could probably, in its total mass, I could probably eat all of that if it was broken up into smaller pieces. Like, but just seeing it in a big ass form, something about that turns me off.
Could you then take that big food and then just cut it yourself if you wanted to? Just like get a chunk out and just eat it, and then come back later, get another chunk out?
I think the idea itself that I'm eating something that big already being implanted in my mind would mess me up psychology, psyche wise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you would hate Eisen's present to you.
Yeah, I would be like, fuck.
You're like, I hate this present. Why the fuck you give me this big ass hamburger steak? Waste all your damn.
Now, if he gave me like 40 steaks that were like made up that size, I'd be like, oh, thank you. Completely different vibe.
Oh.
Yeah. But we also saw Stark's brother.
Yeah. Older brother Hachiman.
Stoltz? Was that his name? Hold on.
It was the voice of Hachiman. I know that.
Yeah, Stoltz.
And it was Lloyd. Same voice actor.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he seemed really nice. Apparently his whole family were a bunch of asshats, but when it comes to him, he was nice. And I'm guessing he's probably dead.
Well, yeah, that was one of the questions I was going to pose. Do you think he's actually dead, or do you think?
Yeah, you never can really tell when it comes to these things. You don't know if somebody's dead unless you see their back getting blown out. I mean, until you actually see them.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, imagine if you didn't see Nanami die like that, and you saw him like. You just took Mahito's word for it. It's like, I killed him. Would he really have been dead? Who knows? But then you see that. Yeah. that's confirmation. But what I'm getting at is you didn't see him die. It's implied that maybe something happened to him. So to answer your question, no, I don't think he's dead.
Okay. If you don't think he's dead, what do you think will happen in his eventual like reunion with Stark? Like what purpose would he serve if he's alive?
That's a good question. Like, it can go one of two ways. One, he could be the, shell of a man he used to be. Maybe he's seen lots of things. He's fought in a lot of things. He's got scars. He's war torn and everything, and he's not the same person he was. And he sees Stark. He sees his younger brother, but he's very pessimistic and everything. Or, it's totally fine. Everything's great. He sees his brother. He's so happy to see him. Gives a big old hug, and then he comes along on their adventure. I mean,
Well,
there's endless possibilities, I know, but those are the two that I can honestly think right off the top of my head when it comes to that.
mm, I'm definitely leaning towards more of the former. I think he'll be alive. First and foremost, I think he's alive.
Mhm.
I think what we'll probably see if he does come back is that the what was the phrase I'm looking for? Like the illusion of his grandiose tale, because that was one of the things that was like really prevalent in this episode, was that a lot of the heroes' tales doesn't match who they actually were. Because over time people just keep talking about these people, but they didn't actually personally know them. Just like with Himmel, with him pulling the sword of the hero, like
The
that
Master
told,
Sword.
yeah, that's been told to all these generations, but he didn't actually do it. Just like how people boost those heroes up in their mind, but they didn't actually personally know them. I think Stark may, or he already has, boosted up this image of Stoltz in his mind, and he'll probably see him in a more vulnerable state. Maybe he won't be a swordsman at all, and maybe that'll fuck with him a little bit, because he'll think about the times that he trained him. He was the perfect being. He has to realize that he is now the sole uh, representative of their family's name when it comes to them being heroes, and he'll have to step up in that regard. I think that would be a way to utilize the character. We'll see. We don't know if he's alive or not, but we'll see. I think that's how you utilize him, though.
I think that's a good one. I like that one. I could see that too.
Yeah. But Stark's 18th birthday, he can finally see some strippers.
Yeah, that's right. He can go. He can go to those nudie clubs. He can't drink that though, unless this is a world where you can drink at 18 or whatever. But yeah, he can go to the cabaret.
Yeah.
Where them strippers at?
I liked the stuff with Himmel in this episode too. I think we're starting to see a more complete picture of how he's really affected for Ruru's life, even though she doesn't quite realize it yet. Even though I do think she's slowly piecing it together, because like we saw in the flashback where like Himmel was like, well, Decrepitorum says it best. I like that Himmel proved himself and lived up to the expectation, even though he wasn't the real hero. Like he had enough humility, I think, and that humility and that genuineness from Himmel is one of the things that I think really she admired about him, but didn't quite understand that. Like that was one of his charms. And I don't think she ever realized how charmed she was by him over the years. And it's
And
kind of sad. It's like it's getting. The more we get these flashbacks, the more sad it's getting.
yeah, I love the subtleness in the animation too. Whenever you see flashbacks like that, I just love whoever's directing this is a great director. You
Nicolas
see
Cage.
her in the exact, yeah, I'm sure. You see her in the exact same spot. Her reaction looking at Hemo versus her reaction present time. She's got a little smile to her face. It may not be a big, giant, ear to ear grin or anything, but she's always very just monotone and mute with her face, but it's just a little lip raise, just a little something. She definitely loved this man, and the more I watch it, the more, as you say, see, she's piecing it together little by little, and I think she's starting to realize. Well, she knew it when she went to his funeral that she may not have known what it was because she said, "I wish I would have known him more," but I feel like it was one of those. It was more than just like a traveling companion. It was somebody I admired. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think she's going to start to discover her feelings retroactively for Himmel of love because I think her being an elf kind of in a way dilutes her what she could believe it are feelings of love. Like she may think it's like a fleeting feelings of like just fondness for a person. Because the thing about love is that it has longevity. And with her being an elf, she can't really have true longevity with any other human because they have a lifespan that is nothing for her. But I think she will discover that she did, like, in fact, love him at some point. Um, so we'll see. We'll see with that. But it's interesting how the flashbacks are utilized with Frieren, like learning more about herself rather than like usually with flashbacks what we'll see is like somebody learning a new technique or something like that, but Frieren is learning more about herself that was it already existed. It's just that through these other characters who are kind of extensions of their other masters, she's starting to see things that she didn't realize was already present with her within her party. I find that interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hiccups. Too much
Decrepit
drinking.
Storm said we also had the Lolly Village chief in her grandmother's words. What did you guys think about that?
Was she
Oh,
really
yeah.
a lolly? I thought she was just a small kid.
She's hella grateful.
It was pretty funny. Just I don't know. Just again, little attention to detail and everything. Little kids love standing on their tippy toes. I swear to God. She's just like looking up at her. She's just standing on her tippy toes, and then she goes back down, and then she steps up again. That's what kids do. It's like someone had a kid when they animated this. They knew exactly how they act. But yeah, she's like, yeah, I'll be back whenever you're an old lady. Don't worry about it. I'll be back to tend to the village. Wasn't she supposed to be back earlier? And her grandma was like, leave a message for Frieren. Tell that bitch when she gets back, let her know I'm pissed, even though she's been dead for years. I don't know.
I agree. Let's see what else. I mean, I
Sasuke's
think
frozen again.
oh, Sasuke's dead. He's frozen
No.
on the.
You could really keep a frozen face very well.
I'm
I've
watching
noticed.
I'm watching CM Punk's promo right now.
Oh, I'm
Uh
gonna have to see that later.
yeah, because people are saying it's not good, so I want to see what it was. I'm
I'll.
sorry.
It's okay. I'll check that out in a minute because I'm sure he's gonna be like, So guys, I got fired like a month.
7
No, more
years
than a month.
ago, I left pro wrestling.
Oh god.
I'm back.
If he said that again, I'd piss myself. That so
See, sad
funny.
is you have no idea how close you are.
Really?
Oh my god.
He did a
That-
raw, I'm back promo?
Wow.
You have no idea how close
Okay,
you are.
so
That
that's
is
why it's
so
bad.
funny.
That is why it's bad. He already said that.
Yeah, he said that in
In
AEW
AEW.
when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just, I
It's
don't
been
know.
years.
Oh,
Why
my
can't,
God.
you know, he could have just came out and said something in storyline. You know,
Mhm. Yeah, I know. It's just... I hope the crowd's going, what? What?
but they start chanting like
What?
any, like, I don't know, they start chanting like MJF
Oh, I would laugh.
or
Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. Oh, man. Wow. I'm so glad. Sorry that we got... like that, I just noticed that you were like very good at being frozen, Sasuke. If you could ever be like paid to be a statue, I think you would like get good money because now he's gonna that's pretty good. I couldn't keep still for more than like 5 seconds.
I mean, that's pretty convincing.
Yeah, you see, look, he's not even blinking. Now we just need a bird to land on him. You know, he'll be real authentic. You know, just there he goes. He's landing around on something. He's on his head. See, look. He looks like he's frozen.
It's crazy. I don't know why he does it. That's
I don't
what
either.
CM Punk should have done. He should have came
He
out
should've came
and just...
as a statue.
in mid promo. 7 years ago,
People will just be like, "What's going on? Is he having a stroke in real life? What the fuck just happened?"
is he buffering? Someone set the quality to 480p quick.
Oh shit. Well, I'm glad we got on a tangent when it came to CM Punk in the middle of this. But is this a Killer Pass episode?
It is.
It is.
It
We
is?
should go ahead and
Yeah, it's number 12,
Oh, it is.
apparently.
get into it.
But
What are we thinking?
I'm enjoying this series. I think when it comes to this series, it's one of the more unexpected series I was to come out this season. I know there was like a lot of hype around it, but to be honest, even with all the hype, I probably wouldn't have gotten around to watch it if it wasn't for the podcast. Because to be honest, I think I even asked you this, see, when I first saw it. I was like, what makes this series so good? It looks like just like any other fantasy type thing, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's hitting its stride. Fern needs to do a lot less man hating. I know that for sure. So, not every man is a perv, okay, Fern? I know you've been around a lot of. Well, I don't even know what hater. Like he wasn't really a perv. He was just, I don't know, not a traditional
what?
priest.
I'll solve the problem. I'm wholesome and pure. I'll go to Fern. I'll be like, "Hey, yo, Fern, quit hating on my boy," and then she's gonna be like, "C tactics no baka," and I'm gonna be like, "You what?" And then we're gonna fight, and then she's gonna like kill me like immediately.
I think she's gonna do that before you even say all that other stuff. She's gonna hit you with an offensive spell and just, or she's gonna do you like Stark in that one episode, just put you in the air. You're gonna be
Oh my
floating like
gosh.
this.
Just dead.
Oh my god. But that's a pass for me. Pass the show.
What do you think, Satsuki?
I got called the ultimate high school statue. yeah, this show surprised me because I did not think the first like 4 episodes or so were that captivating. It's I won't say like my enjoyment of the show reaches everybody else's like ratings or expectations for this show in general. But I mean, it's getting there. I'm starting to warm up on it. Like I progressively feel better and better about the show. I can't say that for everything. So I'm happy with it. I've been enjoying it, and I feel more connected to the characters as we go along with the story. So it's definitely a pass.
Yeah, I am going to pass it as well. It's just a very fun show. I really enjoy watching it every week. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what comes next, and boy, is it good to see Madhouse back. They were gone for 7 years, but now they're back.
Oh, everything's gonna be gone for 7 years and then come back.
Let's talk about
Oh,
Spy Family season 2, episode 8, or shall we just call it fucking masterpiece
oh,
family?
this was the best episode this week.
Oh, absolutely.
This was an amazing 10 out of 10 episode.
This came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I knew we were going to get these fighting other assassins and everything, but I feel like the spectacle behind it and just how they executed everything, the music, the animation was all just perfect to a T. And it really showcased Yor in her humanity and just basically having those conflicting thoughts of being an assassin and wanting to see those people that mean the most to her, like her disgusting brother and Lloyd and Anya and all that. And I thought that was really neat. A little personal conflict within herself, but yeah, everything else that was into this, the fighting, the fireworks, just everything. 10 out of 10. Just great. And then the after credits happen. The after credits made me want to put my pants back on because I had taken all my clothes off after watching everything, and then I was like, well, time to pack it in, boys. Put it back up. Put the shirt back on.
You just had a Courage the Cowardly Dog reaction.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Just, gotta put everything back, Muriel. So, stupid. I can't do his voice. He has such a unique voice.
Dog.
You make me look bad.
You make me look bad.
That was a great show too. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog, but yeah, this show was fantastic. I can't say its praises more. I just wish it wasn't ruined by that after credits short episode because I know it's part and it's adapting it, blah blah blah. I just can't stand Yuri. I think Yuri's just annoying and his bit's getting old at this point. Oh, he's so sick and his sister brought him back with a disgusting potion. Oh, how hilarious. I'm done with it. But yeah, everything else was perfect.
This is the episode I've been waiting for, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been waiting for this arc in general, but oh my god,
Did they do it justice?
did they? I've always been impressed with how this show makes a contrast to their like darker moments with all the murder that's going on. Like, think about how many people died this episode.
Oh my
But
god. The
think,
freaking knife through the throat was sick.
yeah. But think about how many of those moments like impacted you in a way that a death typically would impact you in a series like this. For the most part, this is a slice of life series. If to have deaths like that at an alarming rate, of course, they make it a point to make these people like bad and uh deplorable, but the way they were able to even make the murder look almost like ceremonious, like where they have the fireworks, right? And the fireworks are being like it's like shown right after yours stab somebody and there's blood splatter everywhere, and they're like showing the similarities between the fireworks and the blood splattering in the background. Like, I don't think the manga made an emphasis on that, like the whole festival side of it in contrast to the murder side of it, and how, because like all of this is happening during everybody celebrating the fireworks, which makes it a little more grim in my eyes, because like everybody's like having fun, woo, while a whole bunch of people are just getting slaughtered. But the way the anime presented this, the whole fight with Yor fighting all these different people, with the fireworks going on, because the fireworks is used as a cover for the whole operation in the first place. It was great. It was great.
Did you have fireworks on your cruise, Satsuki?
No.
Well,
No
just know
fireworks.
if you ever get on a cruise and there's fireworks going on, yours murdering a bunch of people up somewhere.
My my next cruise is going to be around this time, like December. So I doubt there's going to be fireworks. But if yours there, listen,
There's gonna be fireworks.
listen,
If yours there.
I got to shoot my shot.
She'll just look at you and go, huh? How do
Oh
I
yeah,
how do I date?
yeah.
How do I be normal?
I'll try though. I'll try. Well, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe
She
it's just
could
to look some
she could
effort.
break your hand if you try to dance with her. She's like, sorry, I'm married.
Yeah, she's gonna like bump into you, and then it's gonna be the Pokemon thing.
Oh, right. You're gonna like walk on the freaking ship and you're just gonna be like, oh, excuse me, miss, I'm sorry. What did you You're no
The Crepusauran says the directing guy was trying to clean up the scene while the fight was still going on. Yeah, that was
that was
pretty crazy.
that was so fucking funny. Everybody had to introduce themselves. Prepare to fill my and then the next one, I am going to destroy.
See, I think that was in that whole how they presented that was in the manga, but it's rare that moments like that are it gives you the same feeling that it did in the manga. Like, hey, I'm this person. Hey, I'm that. Like,
I mean,
how manga is with the format. The comedy is a lot of the times different than anime. You know what I mean? Like you can't have that with manga with like the 4-panel type of format. That comedy works good in manga. Sometimes it doesn't translate to anime. They did a good job with translating that type of comedy with the animation,
yeah.
which I was happy to see.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. How many times do we see in animes where they introduce themselves as being this big bad boss and they can do all these techniques? They have to tell you their backstory, looking at you, Bleach. And then all of a sudden, they just, like in mid-sentence, doesn't even bother to listen to where this person grew up in what town and how he got strong. Just death. Prepare to face my I am going to kick your I cannot believe you're and you dare challenge me. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. And then throughout the whole thing, Yor is questioning why she's fighting in the first place, which is what people wanted from Yor. I already said it last episode, last podcast. Twilight got a lot of focus, and the spy thing was something that was emphasized a lot in previous episodes. But seeing Yor and her do her whole assassination thing wasn't really a focus into this arc. So seeing her question why she is doing this in the first place was a good direction for her character. Her conclusion was that she's doing it to keep protect her simple life. It originated with Yuri. I think it extends now to Twilight, Anya, and just her life in general. So she is protecting her family in a sense. So it doesn't go as grandiose as I'm doing it for my country or I'm doing it for world peace, because she realizes how almost hypocritical that is because she's killing people to achieve that. But yeah, she just wants to make sure her family is living a good life. So props to Yor.
Yep. Do you think now maybe she has? No, not yet. I was about to say she doesn't have eyes for Lloyd, but she definitely wants his respect.
Yeah, I mean it's moving in that direction. Like you're seeing it progressively move more towards a romance type of thing. I still don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, not quite. Maybe a little hint.
Yeah, because I still think the onus of her connection to the family is the family's existence in of itself. Like, you know, it doesn't extend. It doesn't like go into what she feels for Lloyd, like why she likes him exactly. It's just that he is the presence that keeps the status quo of them having a family in general. But I think as you go along, she'll start to actually have romantic feelings because, I mean, she doesn't have any type of sexual desire whatsoever for Twilight. Not saying that's all there is to romance, but you would think that would be a factor in it a little bit. But
he's a handsome man.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to care about that aspect at all yet. Who knows? Maybe when the series keeps going and it gets to that direction, maybe they'll have like their own biological kid, and Anya will have
a sister or brother.
Yeah.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something? There was something else.
I had to concentrate to find her.
Oh my god. She ended up just looking at the fireworks and enjoying herself. How cute. How cute. She didn't help at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the main takeaway I had from this episode, above all else, was Yor's legs. What is she doing? What is the workout regimen? She can literally do anything with those legs.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she could probably squat like easily, like half a ton. Just put that bar underneath. She just goes in for a dip squat. Just
she like blocked multiple attacks with like her feet.
She did all this shit in heels, mind you.
Yeah.
Like that's the most impressive thing, if nothing else. Like I know people that walk in heels, like barely walk in heels. They just doing all that kind of stuff with their feet. She's taking out people, murdering people, blocking swords with heels on. It's impressive.
I mean, she broke a sword with her fist.
Yeah. She grabbed it, snapped it, and even got a little gash right there because of it. And now she's ready to fuck shit up. She's gonna have some explaining to do to Lloyd when it comes to that gash right there.
Yeah.
That was something in the episode too, where she was talking about her haircut. It's like, honey, how did you get a haircut while you were working on the ship? I'm so glad they got forget forget her name, but this person that does the voice for Yor, she's a legend. She's classic, and I think she's the perfect voice for her.
Oh yeah.
Decrepit Storm says, I love when Yor says, that hurt, and the guy is like, that's all?
Yeah. Because they're explaining like, oh, this should one guy has like poison, like this should take out an elephant. And then
that was rude.
I like the continuity with that, just because the episode where Yor she gets shot in the ass, she explains that she's immune to most poisons. So they didn't even like bother to explain why she was able to survive that. They just went through it. But the one guy like tries to shock her to death. She's like, "Hell!" Just sitting there like,
I'm sorry. The second that she can take a cattle prod and then just walks it off like it's nothing, I don't care about. I mean, you know what? I'm going over here now. I'm gonna watch the fireworks.
yeah.
You all have fun doing what you're doing. I want to live. That's what I would do.
It's probably happening in the anime, but we need to have some moments in anime where people just see something doesn't work, like they see all the other goons fail, because like most anime with this whole format is like everybody tries to have their shot, and for whatever reason they're cocky about their chances of being able to beat them. Oh, maybe they're weakened. Oh, but I have this technique. Oh, that person that fought you was just weak. They're not as strong as me. I just need a moment to where they see something's happening and they go, fuck. Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Let me go home.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I'd pay to see that. One of those. Well, time to hit the dusty trail. I'm just going to be in my room for the rest of the trip. Please don't kill me.
I feel like that's happening in like a few anime, but none that I could remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of right off the top of my head is not even an anime, it's South Park, where they were going to go do something and they were with Craig and he was like, I have a better idea. I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to go home. And then they all just went home. And I thought that was funny because, you know, that's something that you would never see. It's like, if we push this lever, we can make it and see what the final secret is. And Craig was like, why do you want to know the secret? Well, because we're here. No. We got here because of an accident. Let's just go home. But we have to, you know what? I'm just going to go. It was just so funny.
It happened on Friday. Where Red gets knocked the fuck out by
oh yeah,
by Debo.
You want some of this too, old man?
No.
Get
your ass up. I told you to stop fucking with these people.
I mean, he was smart not to do that. I mean, he was this close to getting his ass kicked because he came out, he was about to do something, and then that's what Debo, you want some of this too, old man? No. He had to think about it for maybe a split second. He was like, no. That was funny.
Oh, man. I mean, that's pretty much it with the episode.
We don't have to talk about the Yuri stuff whatsoever.
Oh, I mean, that happened in the episode. No, that was more like an add-on.
Yeah, honestly. It is. It should have never existed.
It wasn't even bad. It was just, it's Yuri, so we don't really care.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is time to get into our final topic of the evening. Viewer questions.
Viewer. Questions.
Man, these questions are just
your first question.
No, not even. They're horrible.
Okay, I'll read it. Here we go. Which is the hardest, Wall Maria
That's very
The
hard.
armored titan,
Even harder.
or C, when he looks at Vladilena?
The hardest.
And I think we can all agree C, when he looks at Vladilena. I rest my case.
He's burst through a couple of pans. He's told me about that.
Dude, remember that one time you said that you accidentally grazed him and your hand splintered into a million pieces?
Yeah. Oof. Shit. Can barely grip it.
Man, that is some hard element right there. Damn.
Can I do? He saw Vladilini. He just went crazy.
I think he can go through buildings too. I mean, I know the armored titan went through that wall, but if that was C when he was looking at Vladilena,
Oh,
that whole wall is literally like, because something that's just so incredibly hard and just pierces so fast, like it doesn't even look like it touches it. The wall separates from the actual object itself. Yeah, that's C when he's hard.
yeah. C's penis when it comes to his erection. When it comes to Vladilena, the legends say is comparable to vibranium.
Oh my
Like the
God.
same stuff that makes up Captain America's shield, the same stuff that makes up Black Panther's suit. Right
Damn.
in the bloodstream of C's penis when it comes to being erect for Vladilena. Don't believe me? Look it up.
I know. I believe it. I mean, it is a thing of legends for sure.
Mm-hmm. Excalibur.
You and your greed, your selfishness. You guys have took it too far.
I don't think we took it far enough.
Yeah.
I've already proved my innocence 3 times. And not only that, but I keep proving even Decrepit Storm agrees with me that I'm innocent. Everyone knows that by this point, I'm innocent.
Adorburp says the blushing Ben Chibi fits well with this moment.
He's like, I'm not hard. I'm just in love.
Yeah.
Decrepit Storm says, how about when you hit 100K, you celebrate by admitting you love Vladilena? How about at 100K, I stab you in the face?
Like that.
Oh my
With
God.
his penis.
What? No!
With the hardest object in the world. He gonna stab you with his penis. Excalibur. Yeah, I mean, I know, like, freaking Excalibur is supposed to be an extremely powerful weapon and everything, but absolutely pales in comparison to C Tactics' erect penis. Just absolutely eclipses everything.
Here's the thing about Excalibur. The legends say like the one who is worthy can pull it. The thing about Excalibur is the only one who could pull it is Vladilena. True story.
Wow. I did not know that, but you know what? That makes sense. So, go figure.
Next question. We know isekais have funny, wacky, long names. Give us the name of your isekai. I got transported to another world where Yamai beats me, and I have to get her to love me to return back home. That's not me. That's the question.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to come up with one right off the top of my head. Here we go. That time I got reincarnated as a sexy man and went into another world and decided to take on the Demon King because I'm a badass motherfucker.
Sounds like it would get 1 million views.
That's at least 100,000 units moved right there.
Well, for me, I feel like, given this question itself, I am routinely disgusted by our viewer questions, which are disguised as anonymous, but are obviously from Light Ruler every single day, and I will fight against it. It's my light novel or my isekai.
I was killed and transported into the world of fate, where I met Saber and we married and kissed, and yeah, we yeah.
No cap.
He finally shows his true colors.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I know what you are.
Damn.
Benny, why?
I guess you could say when it comes to Vladilena, he makes him long and hard.
Not a lot of salt. Oh man.
Begrudgingly, EA, I have a question for you.
What is it, my erected man of honor?
Jesus Christ.
Where can they find you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. You can find me over at my channel, Everything Animated. I am still working on a video with that. I have just many things going on in my life, but I am making time little by little. Speaking of making time,
Little by little.
guess what?
Good Oasis song.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, what rhymes with which? Twitch. I have been working on my Twitch comeback, and I think this weekend is finally going to be the weekend. And I'm not saying that just to say it. I'm not bullshitting. I showed Satsuki and Ellie the proof. I'm getting my OBS set up so that I can string Danganronpa. And it's going to be my first playthrough of it because I don't know a single thing about it, just other than Sasuke really likes that character to his left with the hair.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Right there, right behind you. Isn't she in Danganronpa? Okay, she's apparently dead now. Gonna be doing that on Twitch, so definitely check that out. I'll leave a little link about that. I'll also leave a link to the Patreon, to our Twitter, and yeah, that's what I have going on. I am looking forward to coming back, and this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. Subscribe to my Twitch. That way you'll know when I go live. You won't have to know. Hit the bell and everything. Good stuff.
Satsuki, where can they find you?
Satsuki the Savage on YouTube, as well as Satsuki the Savage, that's with a DA, on Twitch, where I stream very frequently on the weekends about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Currently, I'm playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, as well as Persona 5 Royal, finishing the Royal section of that game, so we're almost at the end. Three Houses, though, I've really been enjoying. I spoke about it last time, but I'm Black Eagles. Edelgard is my GOAT. Love Dorothea. I love that whole house. Bernadetta. Caspar. Myself. I'm having fun with that game. Also Ace Attorney. I gotta get back to Ace Attorney. Once I finish Persona, I'll get back to Ace Attorney because I have one more part in the trilogy, and that's Justice for All. Yeah, Trials and Tribulations. I have to finish with Ace Attorney, that whole trilogy. So very soon I'll get back to that, In fact, I may actually get back to it next week. We'll see. We'll see. Just because I miss being a lawyer. But that's my whole gaming thing. So if you're interested in that, check my Twitch out. And check my other YouTube channel out, Satsuki the Gamer, where I upload my VODs and edit them. So you can see a more concise, edited version of my streams on that channel. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
As for me, tomorrow I think there's a new Chainsaw Man chapter out, so you're gonna see a Chainsaw Man video on my second channel called Bento. Crazy enough, the last chapter I did for Chainsaw Man, if you've read it, you know what happens in it. The video I did on it has 12,000 views. It's my most popular video on that channel, and I just continue to be flabbergasted. If people don't know, I do that channel for fun. Like, that's just my side hobby channel to blow off steam. So yeah, crazy. I don't know. Also, for the main channel, I am doing a video on all the Mappa stuff that's been going down, and that's going to be sponsored. Originally didn't plan it to be a sponsor, but it is, so that's fun. Also, you will see this week a video on Zeke and his in the final episode of AOT, his conversation with Armin, and just going deep diving into that conversation and relating it to all of we know what we know about Zeke and his past, and probably some other stuff as well. I'm gonna try to release at least one video a day for the rest of November, which is only like 3 or 4 days. So might as well finish out the month strong. Also, I am less than 500 subs away from 100,000 subscribers. I mean, that's kind of surreal. I mean, it, like, literally 2 weeks ago, I was probably, well, through I guess 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was at what, like 60K? No, I was like 71K, I think, 72K. Now I'm at almost 100. Someone's Ashton Kutcher is somewhere. He's around here somewhere, I'm telling you.
I don't know.
You got to get the play button now.
Yeah, I mean, right?
That's at 100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
You
play
get the
button is
silver play
100,000.
button, and then you get like gold at 1 million, and then you get, I don't
Like
know,
10 million, you get diamond.
you get like a diamond thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for you, brother.
I cream.
That's an achievement.
Absolutely. You're like, what, 500 more? And then you got it?
Oh yeah,
Here, let me check real quick.
he got it.
Oh, yeah. You got this in the bag. By the end of the week, before the end of the week even, you'll be at 100K.
Yeah, no, I think by the end of this week I'll be at, I think, honestly, maybe by Thursday. But 99,568.
When you do that, you definitely got to do a stream.
We'll see. We'll see. Lots of new people joining the channel, so I don't know if I'm going to do a stream and there's just going to be like a bunch of, people that join, and I've got to get them like situated with the channel before I do a stream.
Maybe do a special stream on your Discord.
Well, I guess I do stream like every day on Discord, so yeah, I could probably do that. But
we'll do a movie watching.
Yeah, we'll watch.
Better yet, we'll watch your first video on YouTube.
I have that. I have that video. It's cringe. Also kind of cute too, like in a weird way, because I was so wholesome and untainted by the world.
Hi, it's me. I'm a sea tattoo.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks everybody for coming out this week. Much appreciated. Yeah, see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.